Today's learning target is I can model, your turn. Multiplying a fraction, your turn, by another fraction. Today, fifth graders, we're going to talk about this word model right here. We've talked about this in class a lot. And today what we mean by model is to draw out. Okay? So I can draw out multiplying a fraction by another fraction. So today we're going to start with an example. Our first example is 1/2 times 1/3. All right, fifth graders, do you remember how we talked about last week that multiply also means of? Okay, keep that in mind for now because we're going to be looking for 1/2 of 1/3. Now let's solve using the shortcut just like we learned in the past 2 days, how we multiply straight across to get our answer. Usually, I'm not going to teach you a shortcut first. We're going to do modeling first. But I taught you the shortcut first as a way to check your answers for today's work. So 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. So our answer is 1/6. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to actually do the modeling. So watch carefully. So if I know that multiply and of are the same in this situation, this says 1/2 of 1/3. If I'm looking for 1/2 of 1/3, I know I have 1/3 of something because I'm looking for half of it. So I'm going to draw 1/3. Are we good so far? All right. Now I'm looking for 1/2 of 1/3. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to cut this model in halves the other way, just like this. Now when I look here, I have 1/2, 2 halves. If I'm looking for, well, I have to partition the entire whole into halves so that all my pieces are the same size. Do you remember how in fractions all our pieces need to be the same size? Okay, if I'm looking for 1/2 of 1/3, I'm only looking for 1/2 of the 1/3. I would just color in one of the halves. So fifth graders, as you can see, only one of the squares is colored in with both colors. Now if I count my answer of 1/2 of 1/3, I have 1 out of how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, my answers match. Wow, what do you know? When I'm doing this shortcut, I do 2 times 3 to get a denominator of 6. And in my model, I have 6 parts. If you feel confused right now, that's okay. Let's do another one. Okay, I'm going to draw a line here because we're doing another example. The next one we're going to do is 2/3 times 1/2. So using the shortcut, I know that 2 times 1 is, let me use green. 2 times 1 is 2. And 3 times 2 is 6. So I know I'm looking for the answer 2/6. Now, what I need to do is think. if of means multiply, I know I have 2/3 of 1/2. So I have 1/2 of something. So I'm going to start with that. I am going to draw a model. And I know I have 1/2 of something. I have 1/2. Okay, now I'm looking for 2/3 of 1/2. So do you see this 3 right here? That tells me I need to partition my whole model into thirds in the opposite direction. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut it into 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Now, I had to partition the entire model just like last time, but I'm only looking for 2/3 of this 1/2. So if I'm only looking for 2/3, I would color in 1/3, 2/3. And then I look, what is my answer? What is colored in with both colors? 2/3 of 1/2 equals 2/6. 1, 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now I would like you to try one. And we'll go over it together. So grab a piece of paper. The one you are going to try is 2/4 of 1/3. Let's find the answer together using the shortcut. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12. So we're looking for an answer of 2/12. I want you to pause the video now, and I want you to try doing your model. All right, let's do it together. So I know I'm looking for 2/4 of 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing my model. And I have 1/3, so I'm going to color in 1/3. Now I'm looking for 2/4 of 1/3. So I know I need to partition the model into fourths in the other direction. Okay, now I know that I'm only looking for 2 of the fourths of the 1/3. So I'm looking at my 1/3 right here, and I'm going to color in 2 of the fourths. Now I can count which 2 are colored in. Well, which ones are colored in? Only 2. 2 what? 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. My answers match. All right, 5th graders. Now we can also see that I have 12 pieces here. And wow, 4 times 3 is 12 when I solve using the shortcut. Okay, so today you have 4 practice problems. I want you to first solve using the shortcut like we did, and then try to do a model of what we found out in the shortcut. Okay, so what I want to say to you is if you try your model and you don't get it the first time, as in you don't get your model correctly the first time and you're not finding the right answer, start again, either turn around your paper or erase and try another model. Okay? If you're confused, watch part of the lesson again and see if you can figure it out. I know you guys can do this. All right, 5th graders, go give it a try.